What's up, guys? I say it's about damn time I did another one of these tier lists. You know, since everyone just absolutely loved the last one, I decided to make another. Except this time, we're gonna rank the PvZ1 plants based on whether they smoke weed or not. I think this is a very good idea I decided to come up with. It's gonna be a lot easier ranking these characters than it was for the Pizza Tower ones, because I actually do know a fair bit about the Plants vs. Zombies plants when it comes to the lore. I've studied the almanac. We're also only going to be ranking the PvZ1 plants because some of the Plants vs. Zombies 2 plants are kinda But anyways, let's get right into it. First off, we have the doped out 24/7 tier. In this tier, everyone belongs who's just stoned out 24/7. They can't survive 20 seconds without some stone. Then we have used to smoke weed / only tries it occasionally. These are the plants who maybe don't necessarily completely rely on weed, but they definitely smoke it either, every now and then or have before and either quit or something else. Then we have the doesn't smoke weed tier, and then we have doesn't know what weed is. Let's get this started. Great, first off we have Blover. Blover seems innocent enough. I don't think they smoke weed. Easy as that. Next up we have Cabbage Pole. Cabbage Pole is sort of the average guy sort of plant. He sees his job on the lawn as sort of a paycheck. Therefore, I think he lives a very normal life and also doesn't smoke weed. Now, Cactus is a more interesting case because Cactus desires love. She wants to be hugged and hug others, but unfortunately, she's a cactus, so that doesn't really work out. But according to the almanac, she has been seeing an armadillo as of recently. So I'd say she's in a positive headspace right now and also wouldn't smoke weed. Ooh, Cattail. Cattail sort of looks like a party girl. I think she occasionally, smokes weed on parties, I'd say. Cherry Bomb. The two cherries definitely give me crackhead vibes, but not weed. But they've definitely tried weed as well, let's just say. Ooh, Chomper is also an interesting case because Chomper is actually a retired Hollywood actor who his agents fucking fired because he wouldn't appease their needs. And we all know what happens to artists who get fired out of the industry. They turn to drugs, which is why I think Chomper is doped out 24/7. Alright, next is Cobb Cannon. This guy has a degree. He went to Harvard. He wouldn't ruin his life with drugs, so he goes into doesn't smoke weed tier. Alright, Coffee Bean looks pretty dense actually, so I don't think he even knows what weed is. Doom Shroom. Alright, so as you can see, Doom Shroom sort of has red eyes, which could be a sign that he has that he smokes weed. And this guy's also sort of an edgelord. In the almanac he actually says, "Yeah, you're fucking lucky I'm on your side, buddy." So he definitely tried weed. Colonel Polt, nah, he's a reasonable guy. He wouldn't want to set a bad example for the other catapult plants, so I don't think he smokes weed. Fume Shroom, I'm not sure. He used to be a middle class worker, so he might have smoked some weed in his olden days, so to speak. But I think even if he did, he would have quit by now, so I'm gonna put him in used to smoke weed / only tries it occasionally. Alright, Garlic. Garlic apparently has a wife, which I kind of find hard to believe, but would he smoke weed? I'm not sure. Something tells me Garlic had good parents who taught him that drugs are bad, so I don't think he would. Pea Shooter absolutely wouldn't smoke weed. He's a role model for all the other plants, because he's sort of the mascot of Plants vs. Zombies. He has a reputation to uphold. And he's all about living a healthy lifestyle as well. Nah, he absolutely wouldn't smoke weed. Gatling Pea, on the other hand, this is way different from regular pea shooter. This is a young man who decided to go into the military. He probably saw some of his friends die at war. To cope with the stress, to cope with his depression, he absolutely smoked weed at some point. Alright, Gloom Shroom. Look at those soulless eyes. We're gonna make a new tier real quick. The Drug Dealer. Gloom Shroom is the one who supplies all the plants in the doped out 24/7 tier. He's the drug dealer. Alright, Gold Magnet. Gold Magnet is too much of a pussy to even think about taking drugs. Same goes for Magnet Shroom, except Magnet Shroom has somewhat more of a spine. Stupid potted plant. Stupid. It doesn't know what weed is. Gravebuster. Despite his appearance, I think he's quite a nice guy. Hypno Shroom. Definitely on psychedelics, but not a weed. We're gonna make a new tier on psychedelics. There we go. Ice Shroom. He's already dealing with health problems. His facial nerves are frozen. He definitely wouldn't touch that stuff. Imitator. Imitator is French, but probably wouldn't smoke weed. Jalapeno. If you take one good look at Jalapeno, you might notice how his eyes are also red, which could be a sign that he smokes weed. That also could be just because he's like angry or whatever, but nah, I'd say he definitely smokes a lot of weed. Well, no, weed makes you calm, doesn't it? He's angry all the time, or I guess unhinged because he wants to like fucking explode or something. He definitely tried weed at some point, maybe as like from a prescription from his doctor. Right here, I'd say. Lilypad, we do not know much about Lilypad, but not in a sort of like mysterious sort of way, I don't think. More like there's not much to Lilypad as a character. Lilypad seems like that type of friend who like leeches off you and lives on your couch. He gives me those vibes. Like right here. Marigold? Marigold is a nice gal, she wouldn't smoke weed. Melonpold? Nah, I don't think Melonpold would take drugs. I'm gonna put him next to his Pold brotherins. Torchwood? Nah, I don't think he'd smoke weed either. So he's the most likely out of all these. Plantern. The Almanac tries to hype up Plantern as this really mysterious creature. Doesn't absorb light, it produces light, and it doesn't need sunlight to function. It needs darkness, which is interesting. Plantern's too busy being a mysterious little creature, so I'd say it doesn't know what weed is. Potato Mine, or we do not know what Potato Mine does when he's like in the ground. But nah, I'd say he's also sort of similar to Marigold, a nice little guy. He wouldn't. Puff Shroom for the longest time didn't even know zombies existed. I don't think he knows the concept of what drugs are yet. Pumpkin. When I first like played PvZ, I think I thought like Pumpkin had like an old grandpa face because he looks like this. He gives me the vibes of like a chain smoker, like cigarettes. I'm talking about tobacco, not weed. I don't know, just the teeth. Like he has like crooked black teeth, and his lungs are all charcoal from all the cigarettes he smokes. We're gonna make another new tier. Chain smoker. The color of the tier is the same color as his lungs. I've sort of ruined the tier list with all these extra tiers, but it doesn't matter. Okay, Repeater. Also very different from regular pea shooter. This guy grew up on the streets, but he also yearns for love. So this guy has sort of a sad origin story. So he definitely, on the streets, he definitely tried out drugs at one point. I don't think he's like doped out 24/7. I hope Repeater finds love. That's my fear. He's gonna find love and then he'll completely quit any sort of drug. Scaredy Shroom? Too much of a pussy to even think about that stuff. Right next to Magnet Shroom, Gold Magnet. Sea Shroom? Very similar to Puff Shroom, so maybe he doesn't know what weed is, but he knows what the ocean is. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. What am I talking about? He definitely wouldn't take drugs. Ooh, Snow Pea. This guy's tired of everyone making puns out of his name. But I don't think it'd be enough to drive him to taking drugs. I don't think it's that bad. Alright, Spike Rock. I think this guy's one defining characteristic is that he likes hockey. Another new tier. Should smoke weed. I think Spike Rock should consider smoking weed. It will make him a lot more interesting. Alright, next is Spike Weed. What is this guy about again? I think he like took a trip to Europe and that's it. Right here. Split Pea is a horrifying freak of nature. Apparently the second head isn't even conscious. like isn't even its own thing. It only has one brain. Maybe slightly more likely than all of these guys, but I don't think they smoke weed either. Alright, Squash. Squash has always given me like preschool gym teacher vibes. Like, you know those gym teachers you would have like in first grade who were just kind of chubby? He gives me those vibes. He'd like lead a anti-drugs sort of like workshop, I'd say. Starfruit already had enough health problems with his cavities. I don't think he wants drugs during his life as well. Sunshroom hates the own substances it produces. It hates sun. I don't think it likes drugs either. Alright, Sunflower, arguably the second mascot of Plants vs. Zombies. Sunflower is blissfully unaware. You know, that might be just because she's sort of like happy-go-lucky, but I personally think it's because she's doped out. It's why she's like this. She takes weed. Alright, Tallnut. I want to rank Walnut and Tallnut together. Walnut wouldn't smoke weed because he has an older brother, that being Tallnut, who would definitely prevent him from getting into addiction. Alright, Tanglekelp. He gives me the vibes of an edgelord. He thinks he's being sneaky, hiding in the water. Everyone can see him. But he's more of a try-hard edgelord. So not like Doomshroom, for example. He's a try-hard, so he definitely smoked weed at some point, but was scared off of it, because he's also sort of like a pussy, I think. Free Peter. Free Peter likes reading, come on, whatever the hell that is, and long periods of immobility in the park. Free Peter enjoys going to shows, particularly modern jazz. I'm just looking for that special someone, he says. Free Peter's favorite number is 5. Judging from that description, he doesn't have enough characteristics. He should smoke weed. Twin Sunflower? That's just Sunflower times 2. It's a horrifying experiment gone wrong. So yeah, definitely doped out 24/7. Umbrella Leaf? Spring! Says Umbrella Leaf. Did you like that? I can do it again. Spring! Woo! That's me popping up to protect stuff around me. Yeah, just like that. Exactly like that. Believe it. No, Umbrella Leaf gives me those vibes. He accidentally took drugs from a drug dealer, tried it once, but it didn't get addicted from it, obviously. Like right here, I'd say. Alright, last plant, Wintermelon. Wintermelon's stressed out as fuck. So he definitely tried weed to sort of calm his nerves. So I'd say he definitely tries it occasionally, but isn't doped out 24/7. And just like that, we're finished. If you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this tier list, then tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. What would have you done different if you were in my scenario? Make sure to watch all the other videos on the Sunny Salt YouTube channel immediately. Thank you, and goodbye.